Hey, I want to tell you about RacerX's latest promo that they have going on. If you subscribe or renew today, you're going to get some awesome stuff. You're going to get a RacerX trailer sticker and a license plate frame. Obviously, you get the 12 print and digital issues. It's just $30 a year. You get a super sweet license plate frame and obviously the trailer sticker to let everybody know that you rep and read the greatest brand in Moto. Go to racerxonline.com/Moto Marketing and subscribe there. Hey, I want to tell you about Moto Brand. Moto Brand was founded during the 2020 COVID-19 pandemic when the sport that we live for was taken from so many of us, whether it's cycling or moto, waking up on a Saturday morning knowing that your local track was closed, there would be no Supercross, and for many of us that we couldn't even hit our favorite local riding spot or trail with our crew. We were forced to be reminded of how much the sport of moto and cycling truly means to us. Moto Brand represents a collection of individuals that not only ride, but live to ride. It's what we think of at all times of the day, and sometimes at a detriment to your relationship with your significant other. It's for those that look at their motorcycle or their bicycle as part of their identity. Maybe it's the way that you bond with your son or your daughter or your spouse. Perhaps it's your way to blow off stress of your day job, or even, hey, it is what it is, maybe even it's your marriage. This sport is more than just a sport. For many of us, it's a way of life. It's what keeps us ticking. It's what keeps us living. Moto Brand was created for a purpose, to be more than just a shirt that you can throw on in the morning, but these designs represent who you are and what you stand for. So I encourage you to head over to themotobrand.com, check out our collection. We have a pedal collection and we have a throttle collection, and there are more designs to come that stand for something. So head over to themotobrand.com and we'll see you there.
Welcome to the Moto Marketing Podcast, presented by RacerX, the podcast for moto industry professionals, entrepreneurs, and riders. If you want to grow your brand and business in today's digital-first world, you have to know how to turn a stranger into a fan, turn a like into a customer. You have to know how to turn attention into dollars. This podcast is dedicated to keeping you in the know on real marketing tactics that work in the moto world so that you grow your business and help grow the sport. Get ready to learn from the very same marketing experts trusted by RacerX, Lucas Oil Pro Motocross, GNCC, and NBC Sports. They'll help you navigate the world of digital marketing for your moto brand. This is the Moto Marketing Podcast. Presented by RacerX.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Moto Marketing Podcast. I'm your host, Luke Nesler. I appreciate you guys being here with us today. We've got a guest that I'm excited to bring on. I have a feeling at the time of recording this, most of you probably don't know his name, but I have a feeling a lot of people are going to know his name very soon. We have Cameron Bushey of 6'5 Films, also the vlog master right now of Supercross. Cam caught my attention because for the last couple seasons I've watched AJ Catanzaro's race day vlogs, and this year he was going to really step it up and follow every single race, and he was bringing a guy with him. Well, that guy is Cameron, and it quickly turned into not just AJ's vlog, but Cameron is doing his own vlog, same time that he's doing AJ's, but he's doing it from the perspective of a fan because he's a fan of the sport. Now he's working in the sport. And then after a race or two go by, the owner of SGB Racing, Jason Budsky, came to him and said, hey, we want you to do one for the team. So now all of a sudden you have somebody that wasn't doing any race day vlogs to he's doing 3 vlogs per round. And not only is he banging them out, he's doing an extraordinary job. I have a soft spot in my heart for that. I'm a former film producer, which is what turned into Impact Results, our marketing company today. So naturally, when I saw this and being an advocate for teams and riders needing to do this type of content, I was like, I got to reach out to him. So I reached out to Cameron on Instagram. He got back to me quickly. And through his busy schedule, we're in a little bit of a downtime from Indy to Orlando. We got him on the podcast. Long intro. Cameron, welcome to the show, man. I'm excited to talk to you.
Hey, thank you, man. That was a very nice intro. Thank you for that. Yeah, I'm excited to be here.
So, man, you're absolutely killing it, and I want to kind of use your story to share with those that are. Everybody asks, how do I get into the sport? People ask Steve Mathis that, Davey Coombs that. I get a lot of Instagram messages, and your story is a great way of you just got to make it happen, and we're going to talk about that. But first off, I'm curious. So, how old are you?
So I'm 21.
You're 21. Wow.
21, yeah.
I knew you were younger. I didn't realize you were 21. You for anybody that is listening to you or has seen you talk on your own vlogs, you're wise beyond your years. I thought you were closer to 30. So,
well, thank you. My hair is going great, so I call them wisdom highlights.
That's
so
awesome.
We'll take that.
That's awesome.
But yeah, man, I never in my wildest dreams thought I'd be doing something like this. You bring up like, oh, people are trying to figure out how to get into the industry. Well, I didn't have any idea. I can't even believe we're here.
Yeah.
Can I just jump into the story? Okay?
Please, yes.
All right, right on. I'm good at talking, so tell me to shut up when you want me
you're
to.
Good.
But yeah, man, so I have been filmmaking for years. I've been doing it professionally for about 5 years. I worked at the end of high school. I didn't go to college. I just went straight into the film business and started my own thing. But in high school, I worked for a production company, did the commercial stuff, did all the documentary stuff. I do a lot of promotional documentary style things, and I've always had a passion for moto. I grew up racing dirt bikes, never like the Lorettas or anything like that. I was never really that good at it, which is probably why I always had the camera in my hand, But a year ago, I was like, you know what? I really want to get into this dirt bike thing. And like, now's the time to do it, right? I'm 21 years old. I still live at home.
Yeah.
Didn't go to college. I'm like, I'm going to try to make this thing happen. So I saw that AJ was doing the vlog thing, and I reached out and I was like, I just DM'd him on Instagram. Just direct message on Instagram. I was like, hey man, I see you're doing videos. I'm a filmmaker who has a passion for moto. I'd love to maybe make something with you, no charge, just would love to do it. And here's a video that I've done in the past, right? So I sent him a video that I did with just a buddy of mine, right, locally. And to my surprise, he responds back with like, hey, that sounds awesome. Love the video. Here's my phone number. Give me a call. I was like, okay, that's crazy. And then, of course, like we start planning something and COVID hits. Of course, that's 2020 for you. Right. And, after a little bit of time, it actually ended up being in our favor because, I wasn't really working much, and went down to West Virginia with the expectation to make him a video for a school. Went down and made 3, right? All for free, just paid my way, which I never do free videos, right? So it was it was a good deal for him, and good deal for me because I got to meet him and all this stuff. And then made a couple videos. He was stoked. And then he's like, hey, do you want to shoot my wedding? And I hate shooting weddings. I never shoot weddings. Weddings are the worst, right? But it's AJ Catanzaro. So I'm like, yeah, I'll shoot your wedding. You know what I mean? Go and shoot his wedding. And then after that, he was super stoked, blown away. And then he's like, hey, let's do Supercross. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. What I always tell people is like, before the season, I had never seen Supercross in person. I've been a fan of the sport forever, but I've never gone to see a race. I live up in northern Vermont. Nothing is around here, right? Gillette in Massachusetts, it's somewhat close, but I had never been to a Supercross race. And I always say that like my dream was to go to a Supercross race, and all of a sudden we're going to all of them and I get to shoot them, which is obviously my passion and all that stuff. And yeah, just kind of those opportunities kept arising, and I'm so thankful, man. I'm so thankful to be doing this. I'm so
excited. Say that on a lot of so there's 3 vlogs and your personal one on your channel, which we'll link in this as well. I thought that was why I immediately I almost fell in love with you as a character, because I own a company. We work solely with moto and cycling brands because that's my passion. And the first couple of your vlogs, you kept saying, I'm so grateful to be here. I'm so grateful to be here to your camera, to your audience. And I could just see how much it meant to you. And I literally was there. Like, our trajectory of where you're at when you were 21 is almost exactly where I was. I started my business when I was 20, 21 years old, and started kind of betting on myself and taking risks and trying to do some stuff for free for people that I thought it would come back around. So for me to see someone like you doing that and how much that means to you, when I got my first couple of moto clients, and one of them was RacerX, the next one was the Lucas Oil Pro Motocross series, and then I mean, we work with 7 now, and like even now, years after being in this space, like it means so much to me to work with these brands and to see that kind of happen again in somebody that's just getting their foot into the industry. Dude, I immediately hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and then I was like, what else is he doing? And then like the week later, it came out that you're doing SGB's team vlogs. So I think it's cool because sometimes it's looked down upon to like be a fan and like fanboy out. And I don't agree with that. And you balance it perfectly to where you're really professional around these riders, but when it's just you and your audience and the camera, you say how much this opportunity means to you. And man, dude, I think it's completely rad. So walk me through the progression of it. You initially started going to these races to work just with AJ. Were you planning, all right, I'm going to also vlog my experience as well, or did that come once you're already there and you're like, hey, I should do this?
Yeah, so this is one of those things where I've been making YouTube videos for myself. And thank you for all of that, by the way.
No,
I'm glad that people are picking up on that because I am so just stoked to be here and doing this stuff. And it's all kind of surreal still. And I totally fangirl at all these guys, and it's crazy. But the way that it started is AJ wanted me to do a vlog for him, right? And I looked at his vlogs. I knew what he like, kind of what his viewers liked, and then what I could add to the table, which were like the riding edits and the cinematic edits and stuff like that. Just kind of spices it up, make the intros different, that sort of deal. But absolutely, I came in with a plan to do my own. And I talked to AJ about that before the expectation, just so he didn't think that I was like trying to like cheat him. You know what I mean? And then really just be there for myself, because that's not at all the goal. But my plan going in was very much like AJ's vlog. I'm going to work on his videos, make his about him and all that stuff. And then I was looking at mine, and I've been making YouTube videos for years, just with my buddies riding dirt bikes. You know, we have this little series called Little Bikes, Big World, where we just like go around and ride local tracks and stuff like that. And we would love to grow an audience there because we're just making them for fun, but it would be cool if people watched them, right? And I saw the opportunity of like, I'm going to be there with a camera in my hand around my heroes, my childhood heroes. You know what I mean? So my plan going in was make AJ's vlog, but make mine to where, yeah, I'm the fan and all this stuff, but I have the opportunity to shoot all of these top guys. I'm going to take that opportunity and do it. So
yeah, I have no idea how you've balanced 3 vlogs. And literally there is so minimal footage that's used twice. It's incredible. And it's almost they're almost 3 different stories. I know it has to be hard. And Josh, our video producer, is the director of this show. Like he gets it as well. I have no idea how you've balanced it. Not to mention the edit and turnaround time. I mean, you usually have these out within like 24, 48 hours after the round. It's
within
incredible.
a day.
Yeah,
dude,
wild.
it's hard. It is hard. So, you know, my trick of the trade, and I talked about this in the vlog just a little bit, is I don't drink caffeine. I don't do caffeine. I've been off caffeine for about 4 years, except for very special moments. And you better believe race day is a caffeine day. That is a cold brew all the way. So I try my best to formulate 3 stories in my head all the time. And it's hard, right? Honestly, mine is kind of the easiest because I can write it in my head. I can write what's going to be in my content. But Jason and AJ, it's whatever goes. Like I have no idea what's going to happen to either of them. And AJ, thankfully, is really into the vlog and really gets it. But I'll tell you what, editing those 3 vlogs in the next day is tough because especially with the Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday schedule, if those videos aren't out the next day, then they're irrelevant.
Yeah. Well, and man, I mean, look, this is RacerX, and obviously RacerX is, in my opinion, biased or unbiased, however you want to look at it, they're the best. There are other media outlets out there that I watch and respect and enjoy their content. But man, you're talking they put Indy 2 up and Indy 3's already happened as far as like a podcast. So like people that is their career aren't putting stuff out as fast as you are. It's impressive. So talk to me. You came in, it was going to be AJ's vlog and then your experience making that and being around your heroes. And then was it you just kind of started to see this cast of characters and you went up to Jason, who's a character in and of himself, the owner of SGB and the team. Did you go up and pitch this idea to him, or did he get the idea seeing what you were doing and say, hey, why don't we do this for the team?
He absolutely he came to me for sure. Yeah. Which was cool, which was, a blessing. And it was nice. I knew it was going to be a lot of work, but we're like, let's do this thing. So he came to me because he saw the opportunity where I'm there already.
Yeah.
Right. And nobody's doing it from his side, which I think is really cool. And his views are actually doing fantastic right now. Which
and fans,
is really cool.
I mean, dude, I look at the comments just from a marketing nerd side of things, and people are loving that one arguably the most out of all the ones you're doing, because nobody does what his team is doing. Nobody gets to talk to the manager. Nobody sees the mechanics and making the adjustments. And there was one scene where I think it was AJ. The mechanic said he made an adjustment, and AJ didn't believe him, and he did, like, all the stuff that goes on. You usually don't get to see that. So it is completely popped, and I think is a model that we're going to see more of. And you guys, literally, in one of the smaller teams in the pitch, you guys are paving the way this season. And dude, I think it's super rad. What's the most challenging one of the three to make?
That's a good question. Almost my own at times. And then next is probably Jason's. AJ's is pretty easy, to be honest, because AJ gets it. He's constantly thinking about the vlog, right?
Yeah.
Jason's is a little bit harder because we're still figuring it out, right? Like, Jason is such a great character for YouTube, honestly. Mm-hmm. He's got the personality. He has the jokes. His sense of humor is hilarious. We got to censor it a little bit for YouTube, but we're figuring it out. And like, very quickly doing these two, because, you know, obviously those two are paid gigs, right? Mine is just out of passion.
Right.
Mine becomes the afterthought a little bit. And I'm hesitant to say that because I don't want people to not watch it just because it's the afterthought. But honestly, mine's probably the hardest because I have to, it's my day, and most of my day is devoted to shooting these other vlogs. And I don't want my videos to be about shooting the other vlogs.
Sure.
You know, I want it to be more about the Supercross experience and meeting all my, you know, childhood heroes and stuff like that. So. Yeah,
no doubt. Well, again, you're crushing it and doing a great job. And there's probably 5 or 6 different vlogs, cycling and moto, that I look forward to and coming out. And right now, with this being Supercross season, all 3 of yours are at the top of my list. And I use vlogs for many reasons. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. I enjoy watching them, but I use them as a prospecting tool. It's amazing how many. Here's a pro tip for anybody in sales. It's amazing how many names I can acquire for brands that we want to work with off of people that are on RacerX content, swap content, your content. If you're looking for a name of somebody, they're probably on a podcast or in a video. So I find myself watching stuff all the time, and Cam's videos are at the top of that list every night. And now it's funny because my wife hears the videos that I watch, and she's listening. She's like, "Oh, is it that guy again that you're listening to?" So it's kind of cool to see. Hey, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I want to talk to Cameron about the business side of the sport and kind of deep dive into sponsorship and how maybe we can get more brands involved and seeing the value of getting involved with teams through doing more of what Cam's doing with SGB. We'll be right back. Fly Racing's 2021 line has been improved and expanded, offering the industry's widest range of moto and off-road products. Led by the revolutionary Formula helmet featuring Rheon technology, Fly Racing has taken big steps forward with the all-new Light Pant and Zone Pro goggle. It's going to debut this year at the Monster Energy Supercross by Justin Brayton and the Muck Off Honda team. The Zone Pro goggle delivers premium performance from a brand you know and trust, fearless pursuit, Fly Racing. It's personally the gear that I wear. I've worn it moto, BMX, mountain bike. I've worn it and repped it for years. In my opinion, it's the best. Be sure to check out their goggle, their helmet, and all their gear. Fly Racing. Hey, big shout out to our friends at FMF. Little D and the guys are always doing some pretty exciting things, not just with the performance products, but man, they've got the coolest apparel in the game, and I want to give you guys an opportunity to get that at a little bit of a discount. If you go to FMF and pick up any gear you'd like, hats, shirts, whatever it is, upon checkout, if you enter the code MMP30, MMP30, you can get 30% off. So MMP30 at checkout and get 30% off your order on FMF apparel. All right, welcome back to the Moto Marketing Podcast. We got Cameron Bushey with us today, and man, again, the quality of your work is incredible. But I think, you know, I've said it for years that years, let's be more specific. I've said it for the last 2 years that the model that these teams need to start moving to is more of a content model. They need to look at themselves as a content creation company first, and then a race team. And I know they're not going to agree with me on that, but it's the truth. I'm a marketing company. I know what these brands care about. So there needs to be people added to a team. A portion, there needs to be a segment of a team that is exactly what you're doing, Cameron. Your content creation, and you look at Alex Martin, Troll Train Vlogs. Dude, he's got sponsorships because of that vlog. We just said before he came back on air, AJ's results, I mean, he hasn't been in a main event in I think over 2 years now, and he's got a booming business. He's a desired rider to have on a team, and it's not because of his results, it's because of his content. Well, then you do that at a greater model like a greater level like SGB is doing as a team now, and SGB can go to literally any brand that they want and use that as a crown jewel of their marketing Rolodex as far as what they can offer. You're obviously, I've been in your position as the content creator. You're in it. You're focused on the angles, the gear, the edits, the cuts, the finished product. Is that something that's blaring and blatantly obvious to you as you're kind of in the pits, even though you have to be separated from everybody, that, dude, nobody's taking advantage of this? This is a easy kill that nobody but SGB is doing. Is that kind of an obvious thing for you as well?
Yeah, it blows my mind that people aren't doing this. I mean, you know this. If you're watching the races on TV, you don't see what's on the shrouds. Like, you only know who's sponsored by who because of vocally hearing it, right? Yep. This whole vlog thing it's got to be where the industry's headed, if I'm being honest. And I mean, it should be there already. Yeah. It should 100% be there already. It kind of blows my mind that we're kind of the first guys to be doing this, where it's like, not only is it great for advertising, right? Because you actually get to see the logos, you get to hear about the companies. Jason's doing a really good job in his vlog of really talking about the different sponsorships that he has and the tools that he uses and all that stuff.
I'd never heard of Mayhew tools until Jason repeatedly says, little things like, Mayhew, we use a Mayhew pick tool to get the mud out of the little, nooks and crannies. Like, he purposely said Mayhew pick. He could have just said, we get the dirt out, but like intentionally working your sponsors into the content where it doesn't feel like a commercial, but it's obvious that you're using this product. You guys have done an incredible job, especially on the SGB side of things, and a lot of it is the character has to have the buy-in, which Jason does. Yeah, no, it's super cool, and that's definitely the future. And even more than that, the best advertising, and with the opportunity of the vlog thing, is personalities. Mm-hmm. I mean, like, I think everybody knows this, but people are getting too smart for ads at this point. Yeah, in my opinion. But you see someone like AJ Catanzaro, who you've met before because you've gone to one of his schools, you watch all of his videos, so you feel like you know him, and he's rocking a Black Rifle Coffee helmet. You want to try Black Rifle Coffee? Yeah, you know what I mean. And I think that's honestly the bigger part of it. And someone like Adam Cincerillo, who did a vlog for a little while, you feel like you know the guy, right? You feel like he's your buddy, right? And I wish he kept doing them, but I think a lot of people aren't doing them because they don't have the time to do what an expert of the craft like you, what you're doing. But AJ found a way to find someone like you to do it for them. That's, I think, the value of an Adam Cincerillo or a Dean Wilson, these guys that sporadically do them. A-Ray drives me nuts because I love his vlogs, but dude, he hardly ever does them. Now, A-Ray doesn't have the budget that an AC does, but I think these guys need to, or their agents need to be wise enough to sort out people like you to do this for them, because the brand equity of a rider goes through the roof when I'm craving the next AJ Catanzaro video, and he's not even close to one of the fastest guys on the track, but he has more of my attention than Adam Cincerillo does, and it's because of the video content. I think there needs to be more guys like you in the sport for sure. Yeah, it's crazy to me that people aren't jumping on that. I mean, even if you're just talking about marketing, that's how you do it. Yeah, that's how you do it. And I think people will get there eventually, because it's tough to find sponsors for Supercross and Motocross. Just talking to Jason and all that stuff, because
The logos are tiny on these little bikes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's really passion driven that some companies get into this thing because someone in the marketing end of that company likes dirt bikes. You know what I mean? But the video content definitely allows that horizon to be expanded, I think.
Yeah. I think even the bad business professionals in any industry know now that metrics matter, and it's not just exposure anymore. They want to know how many clicks did they get, what's the ROI, what's the cost per acquisition. There's all these metrics that a lot of times they don't know what the hell they mean, but they know that they're important. So the problem with race teams, and it's such a simple thing and a simple fix, but nobody has really jumped on it until I think Jason has this season, and he's building that model for next year, hopefully. Quit leading to your sponsors. Quit leading with the same stuff you did in 2007, which is a logo on the side of the truck, shit on the jersey, the shrouds. That stuff is an obvious, that's like somebody saying, hey, I'll give you a free quote on gutter repair. Well, no shit, you're going to give me a free quote. I'm not going to pay you to come do something that is a given. I need to get it anyways. Yeah, I'm going to have my logo on your jersey, but what else are you going to do to provide me value with your videos? And it's not just YouTube. You can, you turn a rider's Instagram account into a professional account, and now all of a sudden you're able to show sponsors the interaction and engagement on Instagram stories, your Instagram posts, your Instagram reels, your IGTV, the YouTube metrics, how much traffic is being driven to a site. All the data is there. It's just a matter of leading with that rather than what they led with when the helmets are sitting on my desk were racing. I think that's the big thing. And again, man, I'm hoping that you guys have made enough noise this year that more people see and do that. And I hope it opens up a mass amount of opportunities for you, but I hope teams start to jump on board with that.
Yeah, I think they will. They're going to have to. As soon as they start seeing that a little team like SGB, COVID's a bad year for this, but they got more people at their pit talking about their stuff than some of the factory teams just because of YouTube. I think people are going to catch on, and it's a great thing for companies and ads and teams and all that stuff. But it's also a great thing for guys like me who love making videos, and a vlog is pretty easy to make
for sure
to get into the sport as well. So
yeah, it's interesting. I had a team. A privateer level team, but a team that's been around for a long time reach out to me because of this podcast, and we've built a little bit of a relationship, and they came to me saying, hey, can you help us acquire sponsorship for next year? And this was after a conversation that I had with them as far as, hey, what you guys need to do is you need to do video content. This was before you came on the scene this season. I was telling them they need to do exactly what you're doing now. You need to create a brand around your team. You can't have your riders do a vlog. You need to have a vlog that whoever is your rider or riders that year is a part of, and you need to be able to sell that to your sponsors. Well, the season really hasn't happened, and I hopefully they do that this year, but they're wanting me to help them acquire sponsors for next year. Unless they do what I told them they need to do, I don't really have anything to sell, because I can't go out and sell the helmet, wrap, and that's great, but it's not going to get you a sponsorship at the level that they want. You have to have something to really sink your teeth into from a data perspective, and a vlog is that crown jewel, man, and you guys are killing it. What's the rest of the season look like for you? Are you going to be at AJ's in the 450 class, so he's doing the full series. Are you going to be at every round with SGB and with AJ?
The plan is to be at every round.
Awesome.
Yeah, which is still pretty surreal for me. Obviously, just praying that nobody gets hurt.
Yeah.
That's been on my mind a lot because that could be a quick end of the season. But yeah, the plan is to be at every round. At the time that we're recording this, we're about to go to Orlando. Mm-hmm. AJ and I are actually going to stay for the whole week in between and go and shoot a bunch of riding content if we can at different tracks in Florida and stuff like that. So yeah, we're really excited. And AJ and I have some cool things up our sleeve. Like one thing we're talking about is like going snowboarding in Salt Lake, mm-hmm. When we're there, because I don't know if he can snowboard, and I'm a Vermont kid, right? So I've been snowboarding forever, and I would love to make a goofy video of him riding. But yeah, the plan is to be at every one, make the SGB vlog, make AJ's vlog, make mine at every round. And it's pretty insane that we're already 6 rounds in, but the season's about to slow down. So
I'm spoiled, man. Like I hate COVID, but I love what has come out of it as far as the cadence of the season, and I don't think they'll keep it this way, but man, I wish they would, do the Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, because now that we've got a week between these next couple of rounds, I'm depressed. Like the Tuesday round gets me through the week, and now I've got to wait until Saturday. So I think that's one of the cool things that's come from it. I'm sure from a producer, from a film production standpoint, it is an absolute nightmare to have 3 rounds in a week, but you've pulled it off, man.
Hey, it's all good. And I mean, honestly, it's one of those things where if we only have a race every Saturday, the video's still got to be out.
No doubt.
One day later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter if there's a Tuesday race or whatever. But it is a lot of time, like not being home and stuff like that, but we're trying to figure it out. So,
guys, we've got Cameron Bushey from 6'5 Films on the podcast today. Cameron, where can people find out more about you and your content, your YouTube channel, your website, anything like that?
Yeah, so definitely the YouTube channel is where you're going to get to know me, watch the videos, get to see the behind the scenes from my perspective of me geeking out with all these pro riders that I've looked up to forever and messing around with AJ. He takes it pretty well. So that's all good. And then, yeah, the website is 65films.com. That's definitely for more of the professional stuff. If you're looking for some video production, reach out there. And yeah, Instagram is 65films as well.
Awesome. I'm hoping this isn't the last time we speak to you. I'd like to do some type of a roundtable with a few previous guests that understand that something has to change in the sport. I think a good lineup, honestly, would be Weege, because he has a pretty hard stance on, a lot of the ideas people are throwing out as far as what teams need to do are bogus and aren't going to work, and I agree with him. I think having someone like him and you and honestly maybe having Jason on. We tried to get him on last year when Salt Lake was going on, and it was too much for him. So maybe getting the 3 of you guys on and just talking about from a team perspective and the content creator's perspective, and just Jason being one of the faces of the sport, where it's going and where this type of content plays a role. So if you're down for that, we can line that up sometime in the near future, and would love to get you back on. Love your work, man. You're absolutely killing it. I can't encourage people enough to go to SGB's YouTube channel, AJ's YouTube channel, and then yours as well, and check them all out.
Yeah. Hey, you let me know when we're doing that. I'll be there. But
awesome.
Thank you very much, dude. This was fun.
For sure.
And thanks for reaching out.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be in touch.
Thank you for listening to the Moto Marketing Podcast. If your goal is to get real, measurable results from your marketing that will grow your company revenue, then check out how Impact Media can get the same results that they have for Moto's most iconic brands by visiting thinkimpact.com. That's THINKIMPAKT.com. Have a marketing question that you want answered on the show? Send your questions to questions@motomarketingpodcast.com. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast. And we'll catch you on the next episode of the Moto Marketing Podcast.